Fractions. A fraction is a number of the form a over b. A is called the numerator. B is called the denominator. B is not allowed to be 0. The denominator, b, tells you how many parts there are in one whole object. The numerator, a, is the counter and tells the selected number of parts. Let's look at an example. For 3/4, the 3 is the numerator, and it will tell us to pick 3 parts. The 4 is the denominator, and it will tell us how many parts in one whole object. So if we want to draw a picture of this fraction, the 4 tells us how to cut the whole object into equal pieces. So we want 4 equal pieces. So we have 4 equal pieces. The numerator tells us the parts to select. So we're going to pick 3 parts and we will shade those blue. So there's 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 blue parts, or 3/4 of this object is blue. How many parts of it are white? So only one part is white, so that fraction representation would be 1/4. Let's look at another fraction. 7/4. So 7 is our numerator. This will be selected parts. And 4 is our denominator. This is parts in one whole object. Because the numerator is bigger than the denominator, we're going to need more than one object. The 4 is just the parts in one object. Right, so we have everything cut into 4 parts because that's our denominator, and then we'll start counting with the numerator. So from the first object, we will take all 4 pieces. So that uses up 4 out of the 7. Then we have 5, 6, 7. So there is a representation of 7/4. Now we'll get a couple of definitions. First, a proper fraction has a numerator that is less than the denominator. So 3/4 is a proper fraction. The 3 is less than the 4. An improper fraction has a numerator that is greater than or equal to the denominator. 7/4 is an improper fraction. A mixed number has a whole number and a fractional part. Let's convert the following improper fraction to a mixed number. So we're going to divide the denominator into the numerator. So we need a long division. 4 into 7. And it goes 1 time, multiply back, 1 times 4 is 4, and subtract. Your remainder will go back over your divisor as a fraction. So 7/4 is equal to 1 3/4. And you could also convert these improper fractions before drawing the picture. So we had one whole object and 3 out of the other object. Here is one more example. Convert 10/3 into a mixed number. So we're going to divide denominator into numerator. So 3 into 10. And we can't go into 1, so we have to go into 10. 3 into 10 will go 3 times. Multiply back. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract. Your remainder goes back over your divisor as a fraction. So 10/3 is equal to 3 1/3. Let's look at an example going the other direction. We have a mixed number and we want to convert it into an improper fraction. So we want 1 piece. You will take the whole number. So in our example, 2 1/4, 2 is the whole number, times the denominator. So 2 times 4 is 8. And then we'll add the numerator, which will make 9. That will all go in the numerator. And then we will keep the original denominator. So 2 times 4 is 8. After you do this once, you won't have to write these steps. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 goes back over the original denominator. Gives us 9 over 4. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9 over 4. So let's look at another example. Convert 8 2/5 into an improper fraction. So we're going to do the whole number times denominator. 8 times 5 is 40. Add the numerator. Will give us 42 back over the original denominator. Another way to look at fractions is graphing them on a number line. So we'll do some examples. So first of all, we'll graph 3/4. 3/4 is a proper fraction, so it is between 0 and 1. So we only have a positive here. So I'm going to start at 0 and mark this one as 1. In that 1 unit, I have to cut for the denominator. So this is like my 1 whole pi, right? I want to cut it into 4 equal sections. And I'm just estimating there. That's half, and then if I cut it again, it should give me 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that represents my denominator. Now for my numerator, I start at 0 and count over. So I'm going over, don't count where you start. 1, 2, 3 parts, and that's where I'll make my point. So this is 3/4. Right, next let's do 7/4. So I have the same denominator. I'll do it on the same picture. Right. 7/4 is an improper fraction. It's going to be more than 1. We could convert to a mixed number, or we could keep cutting things into fourths. It's usually easier to convert to a mixed number. So to do that, we do 4 into 7. We'll go 1 time, multiply back, and subtract. Remainder goes back over your divisor. So 7/4 is equal to 1 3/4. Right? So here is our 1. We need another 3/4. So in the second unit, we'll cut it into fourths. So it has 4 equal parts in there. Right? 1 is 4 over 4. 5, 6, 7. Or if we wanted to think of it with the mixed number, here's our 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 3/4 or 7/4. Next, let's do -1/2 and -3/2. So we're going to go on the side below 0. First, for -1/2, without the sign, 1/2 would be proper. So it is going to be between 0 and -1. So we'll just cut it. So this time we're only cutting into 2 sections because of the denominator is a 2. We start at 0, and the negative is going to tell us to go below 0. So we're going to go 1 unit below 0, and we'll make a point. This will be a -1/2. For the -3/2, we could convert. So -3/2 is equal to, it's still going to be negative, 2 into 3 is going to go 1 time with 1 left over, 1 back over the divisor. So -1 1/2. So if we're going with the mixed number part, we still have to cut this next section. So here would be the -1 and another half. and make our point. Or we could have just graphed the negative 3/2 from the 0. So this would be negative 1 over 2, negative 2 over 2, and this will be negative 3